Mr. President, I want to acknowledge my colleague from Alaska and appreciate the comments that he has made this morning in his first speech on the Senate floor, and in choosing to focus on clearly the opportunities that we have as a state, the challenges that we face. I do think it is unfortunate that as a state, it seems that our largest battle is against our own government. How unfortunate is that? But I will state that I feel very fortunate to have him as a partner here in the United States Senate as we take on these initiatives that have such impact, such import to our state and in how we fit with the other 49 states. So we have no shortage of issues to take up when it comes to the federal overreach and the impact on our nation and our state, and in how we will be able to develop our resources. So I look forward to working with him in so many of these different areas. I do have to comment that given where we are in the discussions here on the Senate floor about the Keystone XL pipeline and what benefit that infrastructure will provide to this country by way of a resource that will help us with our energy security, that truly helps us with our national security, is it not better to be receiving oil from our friend and our ally, Canada, than it is Venezuela? And to me, these are subjects that should not even merit that level of discussion because it's so common sense. And yet this president, this administration, has taken 6 years to get to a point where they may decide. 6 years to decide whether it is in our country's best interest to receive oil from a friend and a neighbor rather than those that would do us ill. And then, in a stunning act on Sunday, to take, in literally one breath, take an area that has been identified as the greatest source of oil potential that we have in this country outside of Prudhoe Bay, estimated mean average 10.3 billion barrels. It could provide 1 million additional barrels a day coming down that Trans-Alaska pipeline that my colleague has talked about, coming down to provide our nation with a resource that we need to help us from a jobs perspective, an energy perspective, but a security perspective. So on the one hand, the president is saying, nope, I think I'd rather continue to receive oil from Venezuela and Nigeria and all these other countries, and then on Sunday just decide we're going to put off limits the greatest source of oil that we have identified in this country to date. Take that off limit. And just this morning, Mr. President, the President released his 5-year lease sale plan that is putting off, not deferring, but withdrawing areas in the Beaufort and the Chukchi that will limit our opportunity for the 23 billion barrels of potential in the offshore there. And then, as my colleague has noted, has taken off half of the National Petroleum Reserve, the area that we have designated for accessing our oil and gas resources. And there's a move underfoot right now where this administration, I believe, is going to make the first production in NPRA, the first production, they're going to push it to a place where it will be uneconomic. So we've got a stunning situation. This administration says all of the above, except maybe in Alaska. Can't do it in ANWR. We're going to push you off of NPRA. And offshore, we're going to make it that much more difficult for you. So we're going to put the throttle on Alaska's energy opportunities for this country. We're going to put the throttle on Canada and say, don't run it down through our country, through the United States, not down into the Gulf Coast where we've got these refineries. What is he doing? He is putting our national security at risk with actions like this. At risk. So when we talk about Keystone XL, this is more than just the piece of pipe, the infrastructure crossing the border. It goes to so much when we're talking about security, energy security, national security. And then these actions from this administration this week that choke off Alaska's energy opportunities. This is why I need my colleague in this fight. And believe me, the Alaska delegation is prepared for it. But boy, it does just cause you to wonder, why? What are they thinking? What about the security, the energy security and the national security for this country? Because we have the potential to be secure. North American energy independence is not a myth. It is real. But we have to have the will to make that happen because we have the resources. We just need the ability, the opportunity to be able to develop them. So get out of the way and let us do that.